what's up? How are you doing? Let's see. Nice, man, nice. I'm good too. A little bit tired, but I'm good. It's 9 p.m. at my place, so I have a problem with my keyframe frequency. I just found it now while I was already streaming. So could you tell me if there is any lags or something? I need to bring down the bitrate and need to bring down the keyframe frequency. Didn't even know what that is. Oh, beautiful. As we spoke. Bam. Congrats, man. Just one important level left to do the unthinkable. So I didn't change anything in the charts. So everything is as it was. Okay, great. Yeah. So right now we are at the big trend line. So this pattern, we broke it. It's active, but I want to see it break this one to be more sure of the move. And from that point we made the video, it pushed up 20%. Nice, great, beautiful. So what did we say could be a potential target of this pattern? Yeah, still 6 cents. What could be short-term resistance? Okay, so this zone here could bring some significant resistance, but if the rejection over here doesn't get too ugly in a way that we come back down to these lows, everything stays valid. So now we can come down and retest these zones and then go back up. So there are two things. One, this would bring more power into the next move if we have some type of consolidation. But yeah, volume rising. But we need to see more bots. So this is a Huobi exchange. So maybe on another exchange there's more volume. But right now we need actually to squeeze above this high, because otherwise the move of the RSI would be bearish. Because we had a high here with the RSI at, let's say, 70, but the high we have right now is less high than the high before, but the RSI is higher. So what we need to see is an RSI staying a little bit at the top, and while we are staying at the top, we need to see a push. Because otherwise, if we come back down, this will bring the price back down too. Okay. So now we have a lot of strength in the move. So there is momentum. What did I do? So the momentum needs to stay. What I would love to see now is, let's say, or it continues pumping, of course, but if we don't continue to pump and we have a small correction with a more significant correction in the RSI would be beautiful, so we have more room to the upside on the RSI, which means that we could have a next pump on the upside. But for now, I mean, this push already was beautiful, but every day we print a 20% move, so then I can go over Bitcoin. This was the chart we made. So this zone here actually was in case we break here and we reach this target, or we break it and we have a correction back down to then start. So this actually we could just take away. This is not important right now. So as I said yesterday, we have this resistance zone here, and as you can see, we didn't break the wicks with the candle bodies. So we had 2 times a rejection. Doesn't mean we cannot break it, but there's a chance we will see the price back again. One of these 2 zones to accumulate power. So we have an A, a B, and this is an AB to print a C. Maybe we come also down back here and then break the zone and kickstart the next move. So, but also don't forget that we are at the bottom and that a quick liquidation event could happen also before we go back to higher prices. So basically right now everything is possible, okay? We could see a quick fall down to here, come back up, break the zone and go up, and all these positions get liquidated. So everything is possible, especially because we are in this zone since quite a time. But other than that, it's quite beautiful what I see, so I would not panic for right now. We have a W bottom. After so many tests, managed to print a higher low. So as I said yesterday, if we manage to break this zone, we could see a pump to 22. So there nothing changes. This is why I didn't know if I should come live or not. There's not a lot happening, but I wanted to show you that the zones, how can I say that? That the support and resistance lines that I'm drawing are working. As you see, we had 2 times a candle body rejection. We had 2 rejections here at 38% correction. So let's go in the 30-minute chart. I see here is okay. So you need to have in the back of your mind that even if we correct now back to the downside, that actually for this move here, the last target would be 19,300. Why do I say that? Is because once we break down into this zone, people start to go long, and then we squeeze to this point here, and all these positions get liquidated or stop loss too. So always, this is why I use the 78% correction level to set my stop losses. In this case, it would be the 19,231. So even if we would have a squeeze down to finish the sequence, it doesn't mean that we will hit this sequence, but it means that there is enough power to bring the market there if there are not enough buyers to bring the price higher. So this zone here and this line here will be, in my opinion, the next price points where the most long positions will be when the price breaks down. And of course, after this, what is also in confluence is if you draw this trend line here from the bottom formation, test it multiple times, 1, 2, almost 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, a few times here. So let's say 6 times we hit this trend line. So it's a valid trend line. And this is also why I see these levels getting hitted, because it's possible that we test this trend line back again, and then we are a lot nearer to the trending line. Okay, so a move down to here would actually give us more power to break this, and once we break it, we would see, in my opinion, a retest, and then we would try to hit these targets. So maybe we get the squeeze right now, a retest, and bye bye, or we see it coming down into these zones, manage to accumulate enough buyers to break this zone, and then squeeze up. As long as we don't break the trend line and this zone, don't be too happy, because it doesn't mean it will happen yet, but it looks good. As I said yesterday, so we stayed in the same range. On Ethereum, I believe we squeezed a little bit higher than yesterday. So here for now we also have a beautiful bottom formation. Let's see if there's somewhere a trend line. Not really. So I always say this is like the last chance, because if all the zones over the trend line doesn't work, this is like the last one before we potentially see breakdown to the lows. And then we don't have to forget, this is also a big buying zone we created because of the pump here. So this is the 50% correction, this is the 61.8, and this is the 66.7. The 66.7 I use as a stop hunt, because a lot of times, wait, I will do it in white. So a lot of times people say, actually this is the golden pocket between the 50 and 0.618. This is also a subtraction of the golden ratio. But from the educator I learned years ago, this is also a Fibonacci number, okay? I don't know actually how to say, the table, you can find this number also as a Fibonacci number, and often you see when the price breaks the 50, let's say this is often the best entry you can find, but you often get stopped out if you have your stop loss under the box, and then we get a turnover and go back up. So this is also some kind of room to not get stopped out too quickly. This is why I use it. So in this case, this box is a buying zone. If this box doesn't hold, we will find our way back to $1,000 Ethereum. It's weird because on my PC the music is not so loud, but I can turn it. Maybe I can turn it even off. So, is it better like that? So in the case of Ethereum, if we manage to break this high here, we could see a squeeze. Could see a squeeze up to 1584 or 1600. Seems to be decoupling. So it's good now. Perfect. But here in this case, if we manage to break this zone here, we would have a sequence target. So, but the same thing here. In this box here, we basically can do anything. Like, we can come up, we can come down, we can go up, we can go down, we can come up, and then push. So, these are the battling zones, let's say it like that, where buyers and sellers are fighting for the move. Because here, until here the bulls had overhand in the move, and then we got a reversal. Sellers got stronger, 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 and then they lost momentum. Buyers are scared, so this is typically when the sellers take their profit and some buyers come in, we have a reversal. And then all these moves here are actually sellers versus buyers who are fighting for the next move. These are the best entry points, but also the most volatile places, because often in a reversal, buyers and sellers get stopped out. So it's kind of an emotional entry, but if it works, it's often the best entry you can get. Is it actually, was it actually that loud? Crazy. Um, where is it? Here. I see nothing decoupling yet. This is still the same move, so would be beautiful if it would be candle like this, telling us that we are at a low. So yeah, it would not be impossible to see squeeze to 10 cents, and if we break 10 cents, 15 and 15, 20. So, but for now, I would stay calm because it could also be a dead cap bounce. But if you say that the project is legit and stuff, this could be a real candle, so we need to break this zone. Then second for, if we don't break the zone right now, and you want to buy more, I would wait for it to come back down. So we could see a move back down and then a squeeze. Because all this power that was created here, actually, because of these two highs, could be a big resistance or is a big resistance. So now we need to see if there are really a lot of new buyers, if there is momentum coming. But maybe it takes a few days until people recognize the project or what it did. And this is why we could maybe see the price coming back down to retest the 5.4 cents and the 5 cents. Let's say last possibility 4.5 cents. 85% move. If you entered somewhere here, you should be quite happy. XRP, the last one for today, because I believe tomorrow or after tomorrow we will see some kind of decision happening. Sorry, or maybe Sunday evening or Sunday during the day, so I will come live Sunday evening or Monday. So I believe Monday we could see some kind of action. What I actually saw today is that um, there is a rumor that Credit Suisse, which is in a rumor, or there is a narrative that they go bankrupt and that they are in a crisis or they will get hit by the crisis. And actually, the CEO today said that they will rise like a phoenix. The CEO of the Credit Suisse who said that, and I remember in 2016-17 they had a report where they partnered with Whipple and the XRP Ledger. So maybe this could be a good catalyst. And if this is still the same as it was, let's say 5-6 years ago, and they are starting to pivot in the next months, we could see a further pump in XRP. So this is what we drew yesterday. We talked about this W pattern, that if it breaks the zone here, we could have a next move up to, let's say, the highs. Let's say 56 cents. And if we manage to break it, I believe we are gonna go straight to 60 cents. So this is for XRP. What I don't like to see is the move here. I would much more prefer a more parabolic move or something going in a parabola, like every candle that comes gets more momentum. But in this case here, we just have sometimes momentum kicking in and having the retail investors push the price higher. Because we retail investor don't have enough money to move this kind of projects, not as significant as we wish. So if XRP moves like this, it has to do something with big money. It has to. In this case, one candle pump of 20%. Imagine what 20% of 20 billion are, or 19 billion. This is huge money. Not getting out and in, but just coming in. And this is crazy. So if something happens behind the curtains, most certainly something is happening too. So I don't even know why I have the 50-day moving average. 100. Let's see where the 100 is. Oh, that's beautiful actually. So yeah, there is a slight chance that we come back also to these zones here to then push back higher, because we would have more power. Here, in that case, we just have to give you an example to make you understand. This move here gives us a potential up move to this zone, which we almost hit it. Okay, so there will not be much more power left other than some kind of event coming in where it doesn't matter where the price is and there's just volume coming in, institutions buying or something. So, but when we see the price now dropping here back down, we would actually have something to work with, okay? So in that case, let's say it would hit this box here, you can take your extension tool and measure the next potential price target. If it holds the box, or even at the bottom of the box, if the price hits the bottom of the box and then reverses, we would still have a target of 57 cents, and in this case a target of 59 cents. So you see the difference between no correction and a correction. If we correct, we have more power to the upside. But I also want to see it squeeze now, and then the next candle, and the next candle. Because if we squeeze now, it would be a type like this. If we don't squeeze now, I don't see how we could break the 51.8. Or even if we break it, I don't see how we could break here the highs. So it's possible, but I would rather, I would prefer that the price comes back down the last time, so we have more power to shut up and to shoot up and break these highs. Because in this case, if we don't have a lot of volume coming in, this could mean that we will get stopped in this area here and make then the correction, which is also good, you know. So we could also pump back up here and then make a correction. We would flip this resistance zone in a support zone and then continue higher. So we need to see some kind of correction to have a beautiful squeeze to the upside. But we have here our W pattern. And most people also know this cup and handle pattern. So you could also see this as a cup and handle. And that pattern is always also the same thing. You use the top of the cup to the bottom of the cup. Then you sit it on the breakout. Same level, 57. Okay. So this is what I see in the short term. In the long term chart, we know that we are here at the resistance zone, but if we manage to break the highs here, I don't see any critical resistance coming in other than this top, because also of this bottom. So once we squeeze up here, I quickly see the 60 cent coming. And if the 60 cent breaks, if the 60 cent break, we will see squeeze up to 71 cents. To the downside, same thing. If we can't manage to break the highs, you can see we already retested the 38.2% correction. So then if we don't manage to break it, we will most likely come back in this zone here. Okay. But just this zone here is only valid if we don't break this high. If, for example, we come to here and come back down, this box would still be valid. Okay. Once we break the high, we would have a new high, and then you would take the retracement tool and take the new high, and the box would be a little bit higher. Okay. So I would say there's nothing much to say today. I think, or I hope this was already helpful. And if something happens in the days coming, I will try to come live and discuss it with you guys. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your time, and see you tomorrow or in the next days. Bye bye.